My boyfriend had to clean my poop. This was so fucking long, bro. This was about 4 years ago now, but was and still is hands down the single most embarrassing moment of my life. Back in 2019, I was training horses and was at a 12-week international competition for show jumping. For the first time in my career, I had a string of horses to show for clients, which in this field is a pretty big step. I'll be honest, I didn't have the sort of childhood that allows me to understand what's happening here. I did. There were some horse-related individuals in my high school for sure, but I don't really understand. I don't even know what dressage is. Dressage is like a dog show mixed with a dog agility course. Is that correct? It's just fancy walking horses. It's when the horses crip walk. I don't know. I didn't have the kind of childhood that allows me to understand what that is either. To be honest, I need you to put it in rural Ontario terminology. One morning, I was inspecting a horse's leg who had accidentally cut himself. While I was hunched over inspecting the wound, someone walked by and shook a tarp, which scared the ever-living crap out of me. In his panic, he bolted forward and kicked out, catching me in the side and sending me flying. All right. Pancake Raptor, thank you for the gifted subscriptions, by the way. Thank you. The people love React Court, don't they? Don't they? Folks, React Court, Ripley, Chibley, Ripley, believe it or not, Ripley's here. Ridley, Olivia Munn. I did everything right and they said I was the asshole. They indicted me. I quickly got up and ran away to avoid being stomped on, but it was then I realized I couldn't stand up straight. I tried to walk it off, but the pain only got worse, and eventually I couldn't sit or stand anymore, so I laid down in the dirt and discovered I couldn't get back up. I ended up taking an ambulance to the nearest hospital and learned the kick from the horse fractured 2 of my vertebrae, severely bruised my kidney, and tore many tendons and muscles in the area. Not the asshole. I spent 8 days in the hospital as I was a fall risk and couldn't walk or really even move for that matter. The pain was so severe, my team of doctors had me on numerous medications. One was a notorious painkiller, Oxy. While the Oxy helped the immobilizing pain, it also made me extremely constipated. I wasn't able to pass a bowel movement until my final day in the hospital after pounding prune juice, milk of magnesia, and loads of laxatives. Nonetheless, after 8 days, I was able to pass the most horrific bowel movement of my life, and they sent me home. I went back to my apartment. I went back to the apartment my boyfriend of 1 year and I lived in, as we didn't have the funds for rehab. We also did not have the funds for an in-home nurse to help me, so my paramedic student boyfriend graciously stepped up and became my full-time caretaker. He kept track of my medications, assisted me when I needed to get up, rotated my heating pad and ice packs, you name it. This sweet soul had it taken care of. Okay, where does it all go wrong? Did he not close the closet door? Is that too soon? Fast forward to day 7 of me being home, and again, I had not passed another bowel movement. I was weaning off the pain meds at this point because I couldn't handle the constipation anymore. Around 9 p.m. that evening, I felt things shifting in my gut and told my boyfriend I needed to go to the bathroom. He carefully got me out of bed and up with my walker so I could make our way to the bathroom. Once I was situated on the toilet, he let me be. After 20 to 30 minutes of struggling, I called him back and said it's not going to happen. My boyfriend lifted me on. By the way, can I say this story is long, but everything has been relevant so far. Thank you to the original poster here. In this case, there's not that much fat to cut. Everything so far has pushed the story along. I'm not saying you couldn't make it a little bit more concise, but he saw me turning white and sat me back down on the toilet. Now that I was sitting again, I started regaining consciousness and felt the monstrous bowel movement involuntarily start exiting my colon with a scary amount of force. In that moment, I was so relieved. I looked at my boyfriend, who was still holding me up, and said, "It's happening. I'm finally shitting. Go, go, go." And I attempted to shoo him away. As those words left my mouth, I saw my boyfriend's face drop, and I noticed the god-awful liquid shit that had been brewing in my gut for the past 7 days was in fact pooling around my bottom. That's when I realized, when I had begun passing out, my boyfriend shut the toilet lid. Now I'm sitting here on a closed toilet with what seemed like gallons of liquid shit flying out of my ass all over myself, the toilet, the walls, and the floor, while my poor boyfriend stood there petrified. I instantly started crying. I kept trying to make my boyfriend leave while still shitting and sobbing. "You closed the lid? No. Why did you close the lid? I'm so sorry. You don't want to see this. Get out." When all was said and done, I was sitting there desperately clenching the handles on my granny walker, sobbing, covered with nothing but a shirt and my own 7-day-old diarrhea. The first thoughts running through my head were, he's going to leave me. This is the most disgusting thing ever. He's never going to be able to look at me ever again. Between my sobs, my trooper of a boyfriend said, it's okay, I closed the lid because I wanted you to have a stable seat when you started passing out. In hindsight, I knew you came in here to poop, so it probably wasn't the best move. Let's get you in the shower and I'll take care of this. Nobody's the asshole? This is just it's story time. He carefully moved me into my shower chair while I was still bawling and apologizing and started the water for me so I could begin cleaning up the horrific mess. Meanwhile, I watched this saint of a man calmly clean up the crime scene without so much as a single dry heave. After that, he got into the shower with me since I could barely move on my own. Okay, and now they've been together 5 years. We got married, bought our house, 3 wonderful pets, etc., etc. I mean, I'm glad the story ended like this. This is nice. I feel like we've had Am I the Assholes before, where like, here's the thing, and people are going to take this in the worst way possible, but it's just life, man. Remember there was a Am I the Asshole post where it was like my boyfriend got mad at me because I peed on the floor by accident when I was pregnant? And then like half of the people were like, your boyfriend's crazy. You got like a 8-pound weight resting on your bladder and you're like, it happens. And then half of the people were like, well, if you're the one who pissed, you better fucking clean it up because I'm not cleaning up anybody's piss, okay? That means you own me. If I'm cleaning up your piss, that elevates you above me in the relationship, and that's not okay because I'm the man. But like, if you are in a relationship with someone for long enough, you're probably going to end up, you're probably not going to end up cleaning up an entire week's worth of diarrhea. But like, you'll end up cleaning up some bodily fluids at some point. People get sick, they throw up, my wife's never like pissed on the ground or anything like that, but the same thing, you're going to have to help them through C-section recovery or like any kind of surgical recovery and stuff like that. It just happens, man. It's like the Crawdad song by Andy Griffith. You clean my piss and I'll clean your piss now, honey. You clean my shit and I'll clean your shit now, babe. You clean my puke and I'll clean your puke and go down to the crawdad hole. You do a line and I do a line now, honey. Like, that's the give and take of a relationship. If you want that level of connection and intimacy and you want to be, married to the person that you think is the love of your life for like 50 years, you're gonna have a piss. You're gonna have to clean up some piss. You're gonna have to clean up some shit. Why be a big deal about it? Or why make a big deal about it? I also want to say that this comes up all the time because, when we told people we were having a kid, they were like, oh, are you ready for the diapers? The diapers aren't shit, bro. We're potty training our kid right now. She's doing a lot better, but for like a month, every once in a while, piss on the floor. What do? You were being pissed on the ground. You fucking get the paper towels and clean it up, and then you put her in her high chair and give her a snack, right? Like, it's just piss and shit. Like, if that's as bad as it gets, it's okay. It's not pleasant, but at the same time, just like relax. I fear that we're raising, I was going to say the weakest generation of all time. That's not what I mean. I feel like it's too tempting to infantilize yourself. Let me put it that way. You know what kind of bug I hate? I hate silverfish, okay? Not just the Minecraft version.
It's all gone now.
Oh, what the hell is this?
What is wrong with you?
I've never seen this before.
That scared me, dude. Oh my gosh.
Those are creepy in their own way. I hate silverfish. I find them disgusting. I don't know what it is about them. They just creep me out. Literally yesterday, we moved into this house like a month ago. I got out of the shower and there was a silverfish on the bathroom floor. First thought that came to me was like, oh, fuck, it's over. We got to sell the house. Then I said, fuck that. Life's hard. And I stepped on him and then I cleaned off my foot. And I said, I'm not letting one little bug ruin my life. Are you crazy? Like, if you have a phobia or something like that, it's a different story. But it's the same thing. You got a good relationship with your fiance, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. They have like medically induced accidental diarrhea when they almost lost consciousness? Of course you clean it up. What are you going to do? You're going to, ooh, you shit on the floor because a fucking horse kicked you in the kidney. That's disgusting. Just get over it, man. But I will say, I'm going to lose it if like the top post here is talking about how your boyfriend shouldn't have closed the toilet lid. Couples that go through the really bad shit usually stay together the longest. Please receive this upvote and vacate the city limits immediately. Careful telling her to vacate. Vacate the shitty limits. This reply is not getting the attention it deserves. I cackled. I fucking hate Reddit, dude. I fucking hate this shit. This post could be like, my whole family died in a car explosion. The top comment is always like, wow, this blew up. People are like, you're so going to hell for this incredible joke. My boyfriend cleaned up my shit once when I was sick too. Sat down on the couch and all of a sudden diarrhea had come out of me. That's an interesting use of the passive voice, but I understand. This was so early in our relationship and he could have left me, but he cleaned it up and didn't poke too much fun at me. A house and 3 pets later, we're still together. Listen, cleaning up a stranger's shit, if you are not like a nurse or something like that, makes you a saint. You do not have to be a wonderful human to clean up your fiance's diarrhea once. You just have to be like a normal person. You're dating someone for like you live together with someone, they poop themselves and you're going to be like, I'm breaking up with you? That's way harder than just cleaning the shit, man. That doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying your boyfriend's not a wonderful person, but I'm just saying like, I mean, he's got to do more than that, I hope. How come I'm the only one who's like, fuck that guy with the tarp? Whatever. I once literally shit our bed. I woke up feeling something wet and thought the cats puked in the bed. I woke up my girlfriend and in a daze put her in the shower as I changed the sheets. As I went to shower myself, I realized it came from me. I was right. I right there had a choice. Blame the cats for the rest of my life or come clean. I decided I couldn't live a lie, so I told her that's not cat puke. She responds half awake and says, oh no, is the dog sick? That's actually a good joke. That's a funny one. I said, no, it was me. We laughed and went to bed on clean bed sheets. Like Garth says in Wayne's World, if you blow chunks and she comes back, she's yours. But if you spew and she bolts, then it was never meant to be. So true. Well, that's just a nice, real story there. That was a good palate cleanser.